Zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Let's go now.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. And what they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Back to Taylor on first down. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Right, 60. Ready?
Tua going to throw. This will be swung out wide for Taylor. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Ready, ready.
To throw again on second down. Tua firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Here we go.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Watch out now. 50 Fury.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And caught by Henry. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll be 2nd down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Tua flushed out right. Tua hit, and the ball is out. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. 20, 10. And this is going to be brought back for a Bills touchdown. And that's a linebacker showing he can move pretty good with a football in his hand.
That's not just a short shuttle now. He took it and went a pretty good distance, didn't he? Did you get the 40 time on that?
I didn't, but he got 6 points out of it. I know that, and a great play for that defensive unit. No problem there on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Come on.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question, down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Now he dumps this off over the middle, and he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
First and 10, Taylor now. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Tua. And his throw here's incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
Fielded at the 20. A good return there, 17 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. A run there with Cook, not going to accomplish much. Call it no gain. 2nd down coming up. Well, this defense for the Colts, they were strong last week, CD, and that win over New England.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
On play action, Allen. Another target for Stephon Diggs, and he brings it in. 14 yards that time for number 14. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL. Second quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now here's the option play going left. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Now Allen. That's caught by Gabriel Davis. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Hey, home, home, home.
Operating from the red zone now. Allen. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. The Bills had 0-3 here to begin the campaign. And you hate to have to say it this early in the season, but getting close to must-win time, is it not?
And I totally understand why you expressed it that way, because it's so early in the season, it feels like hyperbole. But I think you are spot on this one. Yes, there's still time to turn things around, but they've got to start to win right now if they have any hopes of trying to make the playoffs.
Tap forward by Allen on the jet sweep. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7.
Middle.
3rd down. Here's a run by Cook. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
Alert! Middle.
Running for it. Here's Cook. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. I love those plays. 4th and 1. That's who wants it more. This time the offense.
Yeah, there's a lot of hooting and hollering in there, right? A lot of contact and a lot of collisions as they try and find some space. Who's going to drop their hips, gain leverage, and move the other side backwards? We saw it there for the offense getting it done.
First down. Here's the run with Cook. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. James Cook, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bills take a 3-touchdown lead. And now it's blocked. This is going the other way. But he doesn't get far. They're able to stop him. And after all that, the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
Well, times have definitely changed on the PAT, on the extra point, haven't they? A lot more effort goes into this play from both sides.
Yeah, because let's face it, a lot of time on extra points, the effort is not what it is when you're trying to block a field goal.
No doubt about it. And before, when the ball was snapped on the 2-yard line, it was really a virtual chip shot. Now everyone believes they can get to it and knock it away, and we know how crucial every point is. So the defensive guys, they spent a lot more time trying to get that done, which means there's more pressure on the offensive guys trying to kick it.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're
You don't
down.
want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you
Now
just
you
called
can
it,
go.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think
did.
you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Steel blue. Ready?
Play action. Now it's Tua. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. That sack by Tremaine Edmonds. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely, because remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter.
There he goes right side. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. James Cook. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Bills continue to pull away here in this first half. The extra point up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Ready.
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's Tua. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
Ready.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Looking to pass. Tua. That's going to be caught. And he's brought down after a very nice game.
Ready.
So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And the Bills are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, it might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make...
And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Bills. Gabriel Davis. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Bills are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Point after, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10 at their 38. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here. To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 23. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Black Ultra. Ready?
Tua to throw again. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And the Bills are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. So after the INT, it's Allen. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone, and they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Tua sets up to pass it. Dancing to his left. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Tre'Davious White with a pick. The 30. 10. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. The extra point up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Okay, break.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. And some space here. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. There he goes left side. Past the 20. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Colts.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, and if you do, you're taking on some responsibility, but he was happy to do so there.
McKenzie now from his end zone. Oh, a good return up past the 30. The 40. The 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. And people still trying to get back to their seats from the concession stand here at the start of the third quarter, and boom, we got points on the board.
And you just identified why the bulk of stadiums have increased presence in the concession areas, right? TVs, loudspeakers, so people can still follow the game. And right now, they're bummed out that they missed that big return to start this half.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27.
Let's go.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one. Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. This offense returning out there, and really, you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They threw the interception on the very first play.
And what that means is for all these guys, it's been a while since they've been out there going full speed.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Bills just continue to roll. The point after is good, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And they'll be backed up a bit to start as he's out of bounds at the 16. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, our coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Finding space at the 40. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
Steps away to his left. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. And again, it's Tagovailoa. And he comes back with one complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That'll put him up over 160 yards receiving now for the game. They can't seem to stop it. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On play action, here's Tua. This one to Bourne, and he's got it. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
And he's got Pierce. And the Colts are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Tua setting up shop to throw again. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Corey Davis from 3 yards out. And the Colts are able to at least get one score back. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They want more. Here comes an onside kick. And whistle blown. A timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. McKenzie now from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the 1st down run.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
On 2nd down, Peoples. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. So no gain on the play. They'll decline the penalty to not give him the down back.
And were you thinking to yourself that maybe they would take the yardage there?
Yeah,
because
possibly.
I definitely was. But as you noted, maybe they're just looking at the downs chart and saying, okay, we're comfortable where we are.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. And they'll send the slot in motion left.
Half 85.
Allen going to try and throw on third down. He completes it to the tight end, Knox. And he is going to have a Bills first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
98 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own.
Right back to him on first down. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. Second down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
On second down now, Peoples. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. The offense on third down tonight, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. Peoples, and he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
Okay, ready?
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Set, cut.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Set, cut.
Tua going to throw. Buying time to his left. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the 4th quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
Come on, set.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Claw, 10.
They give to Taylor out of the gun. And he'll be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 44. 66 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
escaping the pressure right. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that's going to bring up a fourth down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's third down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Yellow.
Fourth down, fourth quarter. Here's Tua. And incomplete on the deep ball. The Colts unable to convert here on fourth down. And the Bills are going to get the football back. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A big play there with his second touchdown of the night. And the Bills add another 6 points to what's going to be a blowout victory. Extra point up and through. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Down.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
They run once more with Taylor. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Let's go.
6 yards on that last play. Here's second and 4.
Ready.
From the gun, it's Tua. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards.
On the ready.
So first and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 49-yard line. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Ready. Ready.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll set up a throw. Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you've mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
Tua now on first down. Being chased out left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And award that sack to Boogie Basham.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Ready.
After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile. Another try after the first down sack. Tua, he'll drop this down to Taylor. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Set.
A
Ready.
long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive.
Set. Go.
From the gun, it's Taylor. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
Shot. 17. Slide through.
Hey, showtime today, baby. I'm coming
One final try for Tagovailoa. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And unable to break away, they stop him a few yards shy. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the Bills, it took a few weeks, but they finally get their first one of the season here in Week 4. And they'll get another home date next week as the Packers will come to town. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans.